Sarah stumbled upon a peculiar sight. There, amidst the trees, was a small creature that appeared to be injured and helpless. With a surge of empathy, Sarah rushed to its aid. As she drew closer, she realized it resembled a monkey, but had unusual features that she had never seen before. Determined to help the creature, she gently scooped it into her arms and made her way out of the forest. Sarah's first instinct was to take the mysterious creature to the local veterinarian, Dr. Stevens, who was renowned for his expertise with exotic animals. The moment Sarah stepped into the clinic, cradling the creature, Dr. Stevens gasped in disbelief. "What have you done?" he exclaimed, his eyes wide with shock. Sarah was shocked by Dr. Stevens' reaction. She anticipated that he might be surprised by her find, but this reaction was extreme. The look in his eyes really worried her as well. There was clearly something really wrong here. Dr. Stevens quickly grabbed his phone and started calling the police, while ordering Sarah to pout the creature down immediately. Sarah obliged, but still did not know what she had done wrong, or what was going on exactly. All she knew was that it was clearly a mistake bringing the animal here. Only when the police arrived did the reality of the situation set in for Sarah. She should have never taken this creature out of the forest. But what creature had Sarah found? Why did Dr. Stevens react so extreme to it? And why did the police have to get involved? Sarah knew the woods like the back of her hand by now. She had come here since she was a kid, and as an adult, she still came here for walks at least once a week. She loved the quiet atmosphere and sense of peace that she got here. But today, that was all about to change for her. It was not often that she managed to spot animals around here. They were understandably shy of humans, as they did not see many on a daily basis. And when Sarah did manage to spot a living creature, it was never out of the ordinary. Maybe a bird, a squirrel, and even the occasional raccoon. But today Sarah managed to spot an animal that she had never seen before. But even though she did not immediately recognize the creature, she could tell that it was not doing well. It was barely moving around and even started to draw the attention of some birds. Sarah was afraid that they saw this poor strange creature as prey, and so she ran towards the animal, waving her hands around, trying to scare the birds away. And she was successful. The birds fled instantly, but the strange creature stayed put. Was it maybe not afraid of her? It made a lot more sense that the creature was actually afraid of Sarah, but was simply too injured or sick to flee. Sarah decided to carefully get closer. And finally, she was getting a bit of a better idea of what animal she was dealing with here. The furry creature looked somewhat like a monkey, but also a bit different. It had recognizable features, but it was much smaller than any monkey she had seen before, and she had never seen money with a head like that before. Whatever this creature was exactly, Sarah quickly got the feeling that it did not belong in this part of the world. Otherwise, she would have known about it, or at least seen it before, in all the years that she had been visiting this forest. And that feeling led her to make an impulsive decision. Normally, you are always advised to just leave nature alone. Don't pet creatures, cut plants, and don't take anything home. An exception was if there was an animal with a clear injury. And that might be the case here, but Sarah was not 100% sure. It seemed like there was something wrong with the animal, but Sarah had no idea what that could be exactly. And if she took this creature home, she might take it away from its mother, its family, and its environment. Who knows what the consequences of that would be? What eventually convinced Sarah was the fact that these braids could come back any moment when she left and feast on this poor little animal. She was convinced that the monkey-like creature would not see her the next day if she did not take it home. And so she carefully scooped the scarred-looking creature from the branch. It was desperately holding on to. When it came loose, it instead started to clamp onto her finger. It was so cute that Sarah could not help but take a picture of the creature before starting to make her way back home. On the way, she decided to post the picture in her Instagram story and asked her followers what the creature was. Maybe she was just ignorant or something. Maybe other people in her friend's circle had seen it before. She was also already looking for a vet to go to that could help her with the creature. It did not take long before Sarah's search came up with a perfect-looking candidate. Dr. Stevens, who was renowned for his expertise with exotic animals. He had seemingly worked with all kinds of creatures that Sarah never heard of before. She quickly called to make an appointment with him, but was told that she would need to wait till tomorrow to see him. It was already a bit late in the day, and Dr. Stevens still had a lot of appointments on the agenda to get through. Sarah would need to take care of the animal by herself for a little while. This most definitely scarred Sarah a little bit, as she had not even taken care of a cat or dog once in her life, and now she was supposed to care for an animal that she knew nothing about. If this creature was to die in her care today, she would probably never forgive herself. She considered telling the receptionist of Dr. Stevens that it was an emergency because she knew that they would probably make an exception for her then. But when she was to arrive there then, they would immediately see that she had been lying, and she did not want that kind of trouble. So she decided to just wait out for now. She already started to make a list of everything she would not take care of a monkey. But while she was doing it, she also started to see a lot of messages coming in through Instagram when she first posted the picture online. She had only gotten messages from her friends, mostly saying how cute the animal was and what a good deed Sarah was doing by taking it home to take care of it. But now she also started getting messages from people she did not know. Her profile was not private or anything, so when somebody shared her posts or stories, they were visible to everybody, and somebody on her list must have shared it because she had never even heard of the people that were messaging her about the creature. And these were not coming to comment on how cute the animal was. Sarah actually found the message very disturbing. People were telling her that they could take care of the animal and that they could pick it up right away, and some even wanted to buy the animal. Others were saying that Sarah should not have her hands on that creature, and that they would call the police on her if she did not release it back into the wild. Sarah got so scared by these messages that she decided to delete the post from her Instagram immediately. She also started blocking everybody that she did not know. In her heart, she knew she was not making a bad decision by taking this animal in for a day. But all those negative and strange reactions did not sit well with her. She just wanted to get the animal to Dr. Stevens as soon as possible. Sarah had also gotten home at this point, and the animal was still clambering onto her finger. It comforted Sarah that the creature seemingly still had a decent amount of strength in its body. At least it was not on death's door or something. Maybe it was all going to be okay. Sarah had looked online for what she was supposed to feed a baby monkey, and had ordered some milk and soft fruit to be delivered to her door in a minute. And the milk seemed to be a hit, as the creature immediately started to go to town on the small bottle. All of this made Sarah calm down drastically. She felt more confident in her decision, and even allowed herself to start liking the animal. She had not expected to bond with the animal at all, but now even caught herself giving it a name. Chewie is named after the Star Wars character Chewbacca. She had no idea what the vet was going to tell her tomorrow, but the longer she spent with Chewie, the more she was hoping that she would not have to give him up. But deep in her heart, she knew that it would probably be difficult to keep this animal as a pet. The animal was an endangered species of monkey, and Dr. Stevens called the police to take the animal away and make sure it got home. When Dr. Stevens finally saw the animal, he immediately recognized it as an endangered species that should have never been found. He called the police to have the monkey picked up, and Sra could do nothing but cry at the idea of losing her pet friend. But she knew that bringing this animal home was the right thing to do.